One. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Today is Wednesday, April 21st. On a beautiful evening here in El Paso, Texas. It is approximately 7:11 in the PM, guys. As always for the podcast, co-host Mr. Misa's here. Say what's up to the podcast, Misa.
Yo. What it do?
Also, guys, in the producer chair, once again, our boy from Watch Out Loud. His name is Wes. Say what's up, Wes.
Baba Booey.
There you go. And today, guys, for episode number 72, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. For this episode, we have very special guest. We have CEO of L&A Investments and top dog salesman of RightDrive Auto in El Paso, Mr. Louie Perez is with us today. So what's up to the podcast?
What's going on, guys? Nice to meet you all.
Hey, Louie, look at him, dude. I love that shirt, bro. I just gotta say, I just keep looking at it.
You know,
every time I look, it's like something new.
You know where I bought it from? It was weird.
Where?
The Disney store.
The Disney store?
Yeah, I was out there shopping for my daughter. I bought her a toy, and I was like,
"Is that sold?
I'm gonna buy it."
Hey, dude,
it's really good material.
Yeah, that's fly.
Shout out to Disney, always producing quality products, even clothes. I didn't know that. Hell yeah.
Good movies and good clothes. Love it.
So, guys, episode 72 of the podcast featuring our friend, Mr. Louie Perez. Thank you for being on the show today. Of course. We really appreciate you taking time to slide by the studio and hang out with us today. Guys,
I love it.
We need you to like us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube page. Make sure you guys are following us so that you guys know when we're posting new episodes. So with all that being said, we're going to get into this podcast. We have a lot to talk about. Mr. Louie had a commercial in the Super Bowl that we'll get into. He's got a car dealership that we're going to talk about. There's also some crazy stories that have been happening in El Paso and throughout the country that we'll get into, but we'll do that all throughout the podcast.
Let's do it.
So before we get into it, guys, you know, there's a tradition on this podcast unlike any other. It's called the cracking of the celebratory beer.
Boom.
And it sounds like this.
I finally opened one.
Hell yeah, dude. So cheers to everyone.
Cheers to everyone, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. All of you, Misa, thank you. Wesley, thank you. Louie, thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to indulge.
Drink. One of these days I'll wait until we have to crack it open. I just can't wait, dude.
Yeah, dude, I just can't wait. I don't know what it is about the beer that as soon as I see it, I just have to drink it. I'm just like, I see it and it doesn't matter what time of day it is. It doesn't matter if it's evening, AM, PM, doesn't matter. Cold beer, it's all mine. Let's go.
Dude, I just feel bad when I see it closed. Like somebody open that goddamn beer.
Like you're saving the beer's life. Yeah. I love it. Okay, so Mr. Louie, for the audience, the podcast audience that does not know who you are, can you go ahead and just introduce yourself to the pod a little bit?
That's right. Yeah. So I'm actually originally from California. I lived there till about 16 years old. And then I moved here to El Paso and I graduated from Franklin High School.
Yeah.
I went to high school with
you, right? You hear that? You hear that?
Big chest. Go Cougars. Bunch of fucking losers.
All day, baby. Really, you know, it was a big blur of my life. I played basketball. I loved it. You know, I was never really an A student. I was probably like a maybe B minus C student all the time. I just really enjoyed playing sports.
It's all about the D side, bro. That's where I was at.
So, you know, when I moved out here to California, I got a job at Walmart as a cart pusher. And then that was my first job. And so learned a lot there, you know, a little humbling experience and stuff like that. But I did work at Walmart for 5 years.
Wow.
Till I was 21 years old. At 21 years old, I really wanted to do something different in my life. So I walked into a Ford dealership here on the west side, walked in, got the job the same day, started selling cars. And after that, I sold cars for about 5 years straight. And I did, you know, finance manager. I was a sales manager. I was a salesperson. So I learned really all the ins and outs. And about 3 years ago, I started RightDrive with a couple of individuals. And you know, as of right now, we have 3 locations, 200 cars in inventory. Jeez. I think last month we sold 180 cars.
Damn.
We went from 4 cars to 200 cars in 3 years. And that's just a very broad, I mean, there's a lot more to that, right. You know, but yeah, it was a quick growth.
Hell yeah. It really was. And for the guys watching on YouTube, the audience watching, he's got the RightDrive fit.
I gotta represent
on the hat. So that's what's up. But yeah, dude, we like, when Misa told me who you were and I looked into you, yeah, you have like a crazy history, crazy past, but a very successful story. So we thought it'd be cool to bring you on here, talk to you about how it all started, like where you got these ideas to even start a dealership and then to be so successful because Like selling a car is not the fucking easiest thing to do.
Oh, no, it's difficult.
I can't even sell people to be on this podcast sometimes. It's fucking hard.
How long did it take you to sell that fucking desk?
Exactly. We still have a desk that we had that was part of the old studio that is still in the back because I can't sell it to anybody on fucking Marketplace, but whatever.
I'll give you 50 cents.
Sold.
It's worth at least $15, Wesley. God damn it. So anyways, so let's talk about growing up in California. What part in like specifically did you grow up in? How was that?
So Riverside, California. It's about 45 minutes down from Los Angeles, LA County. Beautiful, beautiful Southern California. You know, a bunch of palm trees. You got, you know, the beach. You got, you know, a bunch of different people too, man. You got everyone out there, right? And very, very good experience as my childhood. And you know, it's a very huge difference from California to El Paso. I mean, El Paso is very chill, very calm, very desert-like. Over there, you got a bunch of crazy people. You know, you have a very big city, right? You got a city full of hundreds and millions of people, rather than just a city of 600.
The population alone, and we talked with Fernando Cuevas, one of our former guests on the pod. Like there's something like how many millions in people, like 18 million in LA?
18 million in Los Angeles.
Like that's fucking crazy. There's like in this region of Las Cruces, Juarez, El Paso, there's probably like 2 or 3 million people all together. And we're spread the fuck out. And over there, there's 18 million people living on top.
So that's one of the biggest. Yeah, there's Riverside. There's my hometown. I even have the little bell tatted on my finger.
Awesome. Let's go.
Yeah. So, I mean, I loved it. I really do. I mean, I wish I could go back, but you know, I'm here. I moved down here because my grandma got really sick, and my grandma lives in Chihuahua, so it's about 5 hours away from here, rather than Riverside. Man, it was 18, 20 mile, 20-hour drive. So,
dude, that's fun.
You know, my mom moved down here when I was 16. Of course, I couldn't hold it down by myself in California at 16. I mean, it's very expensive.
Yeah, it's fucking hard, but
so I had to do that right now.
Like, so Riverside, you were born and raised there until 16?
Until 16,
wow. So, and then your mom's like, let's go.
Dude, and then you left at like, well, not the worst time of your life, but like what is supposed to be the best time, like with your homies from high school and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I had to leave all my buddies.
Right, you had to leave the squad, bro. Like
I had my good squad over there. You know, a couple friends. We used to play basketball, go skateboarding, go do this and that. And it was just from one day, and not really one day to the next. My mom did surprise me though, but she was like, "Mijo, we're going to El Paso," and I'm like, "What?" All right,
like just for a vacation.
The transition from school to school was difficult.
Right,
whatever, you know, when I got here.
But you visited before?
Oh yeah, all the time. I was there about like right before the whole coronavirus hit. I went out there for a week, went to a Laker game, visited my family, went to Santa Monica, just had a good time out there. You know,
we gotta go out there, dude.
It's beautiful. Yeah,
dude. It's nice in Cali. I mean, I've been to San Diego. I haven't been to like LA, but I've been like the outskirts and stuff. So it's cool, but
crazy. Yeah.
Like one thing I didn't like and obviously I'm sure like you get used to it, is the fucking traffic. Like how many freeways there are. It's like 10 at night. The fucking freeways at a standstill.
No,
it's fucking, dude, it's crazy, dude.
Everything is like 45 minutes away from everything.
I got a funny story about fucking being in LA and doing something that I shouldn't have done. So listen to this, right? So, it was me and Lena. We went to California, Temecula, California. Okay. So this is like outside, like a few hours from LA, but it's close by. And so your boy was sent on a mission to receive some herbal supplements from somebody, right? And I had to go all the way to a store, a dispensary, a medical store in LA, like a few hours away. Yeah. But I decided to take Lena's 2 little brothers with me just for the drive. And then their parents found out and they freaked out, and they had me meet them like at a Taco Bell and drop them off like downtown Los Angeles. Like a
Taco Bell.
Right. We went to the most expensive Taco Bell ever. It was like $8 a taco.
What?
Anyways, that was just a crazy
story. Diarrhea.
Jesus.
It's because like when I went, I was going to make the drive and I didn't want to make it alone. And I told him, hey, like, you know, it's going to be a real discreet thing. So I said, hey, we'll stop at an outlet. We'll buy like some clothes or whatever. And then we'll go meet my friend and come back like real fast. But like her dad knew what I was doing, obviously, and was like, nah, hell no, go get the kids. You know what I mean? So,
wait, you didn't want to drive alone. So what you did is you took 2 little kids.
Well, okay. Like they weren't like, they're not like little kids. Like Jonna like was like 17 years old. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
Like, you know what I mean? They know what's up, but I mean, it wasn't the smartest thing to do, obviously, but
I just imagined you like, I don't want to go alone. Come over here, you 4 or 5 year old.
Get in my car. Let's go.
I'll get the child seat.
Yeah.
Let me get the car seats.
Right. I'm not jamming this music for 3 hours by myself. But yeah, anyways, random story about California. But yeah, I'm sure you had a very different experience because growing up over there, I mean, obviously people think it's all the glitz and glam, and I'm sure it's fun, you know, but you do have to have some money out there because the cost of living is just so ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Exactly why my mom moved down here, because the difference, you know, it was a lot easier to raise two, you know, I mean, I got my brother, so it was two grown men, you know, so my mom just had to move down here.
Especially after like somebody's, you know, especially if a guy, you know, he first he's like a little kid walking around the house, but once he turns like 13, 14, it's just a grown ass man walking around eating, doing nothing, you know, like
just consuming everything.
Like, get yourself a job. Like, Mom, I'm 12.
That's what's up.
That's when you start lemonade stands.
I don't think that's a thing anymore. I don't think kids do that now. I think they just try to hustle you with like Girl Scout cookies. I think that's
what it is.
Or
now.
they sell water bottles on the corner.
Or they sell water bottles. But can we talk about the price of Girl Scout cookies? Like what? They're like $10 a box now. Like that shit's a lot.
That's premium, dude.
I know it's premium, but then you only get like 12 cookies.
That's why they only come out like once a year.
Yeah, I'm
because you're craving.
I'm out on Girl Scout cookies. Anyways, so when you finally moved to El Paso, Louie, and like obviously you said you went to Franklin High School. Yeah. Like, do you remember who the first person was that like you're like, hey, that's the homie, like the first guy that like welcomed you in and said, hey, like, hey, come to lunch with me or like hang out with us?
It's funny. His name is Kyle Christmas. I think you know, right? Kyle Christmas. Kyle. So you know, I joined the basketball team. And
I think I know that guy.
You know Kyle Christmas, right? Yeah.
I think so. Was he a white dude, like long hair?
Black dude.
Actually, okay, never mind. Totally.
Completely Okay, go on. Funny guy, man. He's actually really hilarious. And again, you know, I tried out for the basketball team when I moved here, so he was on the team. I made the team, and he was the first one to kind of just, you know, open me up to everyone else. So yeah.
Bro, I do know Kyle Christmas now that I think about it. We used to ball at the rec like every day.
Basketball.
High school. Yeah, dude. So you get to Franklin and automatically like you knew you were going to get on the basketball team, or were you kind of like?
I actually was pretty good at sports from back in the Cali days. I mean, I was always playing basketball, football, baseball, everything. So when I tried out, I was actually pretty good, and they took me in right away. You know,
well, compared to Chris and shit, Chris can't ball for shit.
Yeah. Bro, I used to be able to ball when I played a lot.
And you know what? I actually remember, you know, going back. That's all I remember you doing. Every time I'd meet up or see you or something, I said, "What's up?" You were whether it's just playing basketball or at the rec or something. Yeah. It was just always basketball.
It really was. Yeah, dude, that was like the coolest shit to do back in the day because like. Of course, like everyone had their friends that would just go smoke weed all day, but like you can only do that so much. Like eventually, dude, like can we go play some ball or some shit? Like can we go do something?
Something, right?
Yeah.
You were on high school income, so I mean you can't smoke out every single day,
right? Or like they're smoking like just like a bunch of just like shitty weed, and then it was just like I'd rather go to the rec and like stay there for 4 hours and ball and meet some cool people because like it was cool. You could go to the rec by yourself. And you didn't even have to go with anybody, and you were like guaranteed like games of ball. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's really different nowadays, huh?
Right. It's nuts, dude. Well, I feel like kids are still going to the rec, but like they're not like doing like the normal shit. Like I remember one time like going to Coronado fucking football game and walking home and like stopping at Walmart and destroying Walmart with our friends, like just throwing shit all. Like,
I think one time I showed up at Walmart and I was in a gorilla suit. My friend was in a banana suit, and we just ran around the entire at like 11 p.m.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you see him? You were probably working that day, no?
Oh, I forgot you worked at Walmart.
I realized that halfway through the story. I was like, oh.
I'm all telling stories of how we used to like fuck up the displays of like water or whatever at Walmart. And we have a Walmart LP guy sitting right next to us.
I wanted to ask, how soon did you start working at Walmart when you moved in?
Dude, it was actually right away. So my brother, he's 4 years older than me, and he got the job right away. I mean, he came in, boom, got the job. And I would say about 6 months later, I had to, you know, I wanted a car, blah, blah, blah. I was 16, 17 years old. So I started paying for my own since then. And that's how I started. And right away, actually.
Right off the bat.
Was it your first job at Walmart? Is that like you're like bagging groceries or like or
So I started
stocking?
cart pushing.
They're like, hey, get out there.
Literally pushing carts.
They're like, rail them all up, guys.
It was a
Get
pain
them
in
up.
the butt, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and then people are assholes with carts. We've talked about this on the podcast. Like they just leave carts everywhere. They just don't give a fuck. Like
one thing I hate about that, let's like every single time I'd go and grab a cart, they're fucked up, dude. Like I'm going.
The wheels are all messed up.
It's like shaking.
It never goes
It's that one wheel. It's that one wheel just.
It's just one wheel's just by its side, and all you hear is like.
You're like, I didn't want to go down this aisle. Suddenly you're just going down it.
Like imagine like if the cart could talk to you and tell you like, bro, this guy that was fucking using me, bro, he was pushing on me so hard, man. That's why I'm shaking, bro. Like, you know, I've seen some things.
You're pushing it. It's like, help me.
Dude, I applied to Walmart one time and I think I saw that they required a piss test and I was like, I'm good. Just because I don't like to pee in front of people, you know, that's it. Like, I just don't like to do it. It's very uncomfortable. Like
I've had to do it.
You know what I'm saying? It's not very fun.
Weird.
So I was like, I'm good with that. And then, so you stayed at Walmart for, you said what, like 4 years?
5 years, 5 years. Yeah.
And then like, eventually you started moving up like the hierarchy there. Like
I did. Actually, I really did. I mean, I think I went to the meat department for like 2 years.
How'd you like that? My dad is actually like a lifelong butcher for Albertsons.
I didn't cut anything live, but no, it was just the boxes came in packaged. Right. I just literally threw them on the shelf and that was it. Yeah.
Right. So you didn't do any of the actual meat cutting? Okay. Yeah.
That was about as high as the iCarly level that I got to in Walmart. So
what's the craziest shit you remember seeing at a Walmart? Either like from workers or from like just
believe it or not, shoppers, different people, weird dressing people. One time this homeless dude went into the bathroom and started showering on the sink. So he took off all his clothes in the restroom, got the sink from the water, started
called that a bird bath, baby. Yeah.
It was pretty I didn't see it in person, but like I heard about it and I went to the front and they had to cover him in a blanket, dude. They had to cover him in a blanket and get him out of there. Police came. Oh.
Yeah, man, that's wild.
I used to love that
the
website.
Walmart right in front of Franklin, the green one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, been there plenty of times, man.
I'm there all the time, dude.
And do you ever like? And I'm sure you don't, but like, is there anything that you miss about being at Walmart? Like,
hell no.
I know it's a shitty job. I'm over here like, I'm thinking about the question. Like, you're really gonna ask that shit? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, you're expecting Lou to be like, yeah, of course, the customers and.
No, I think it's just
with a
like,
happy face.
If you ask me about like any job that I've ever had, I can always tell you like, okay, I miss maybe that aspect of it.
You know what? Something just came into mind. It's weird. Bunch of beautiful women, brother.
There you go. I know I was poking around there for something.
Beautiful women are just there. You know, that's probably the only thing that I missed, dude.
Yeah. He's unpacking all that meat and she's like, fuck this job. Damn, girl. Give me some more boxes.
He's like, we need more briskets over here, bro. Get the T-bone.
Get the T-bone.
He's all like when they're helping, like, so you know how like you'll see people shopping and then sometimes they'll ask like the employees like, hey, I'm looking for this, and they go up to Louie, they're like, sir, can you show me where your finest ground beef is? And you're like, oh, right this way. If it's like a good looking girl, if it's some guy, you're like, fucking open your eyes, bro. Right in front of you. Give him a can of Spam or something. Takes them to like the shittiest fucking ground beef they have there. The one that's been like discounted. Yeah, dude, that shit's hilarious, man. Fucking Walmart. Shout out to Walmart, but I don't know if in a good or bad way.
Just the entertainment factor.
Yeah, just like shout out to Walmart and them being so reliable, I guess.
That's the worst part about the pandemic is like being bored. You would sometimes just go to Walmart and just kind of people watch. And it was like watching TV.
Yeah, we should do that one of these days. Like just kind of like sit down inside of Walmart
with the microphone
with like a mic and like a little camera. Dude, and it's just judge everybody that comes in.
Like, well, you know how they do all those crazy videos when they're in Walmart and they're like, some guy will like spray somebody with a water bottle and
turn around.
Yeah. Like, dude, that shit is like born out of like the Walmart culture where like Walmart's kind of like, you can come over here and fuck around it a little bit, but don't get too crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
the only thing I did, and I think we talked about it a while ago, we went to Walmart and we super glued like those 5-gallon jugs that they'd have like set up, and we just glued like 10 of them. Super glued, and then we just left.
It just,
I think they're still there. They're on sale. They're free if you could get them.
Man, imagine that.
Yeah, dude, that shit's crazy. I know a friend that would have lunch at Walmart, and by have lunch, he would just go get the popcorn chicken and walk around.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Or sit outside the bench. Just
Right. You see, it's crazy. That shit is crazy, dude. All right. So on my rundown, I have this, and this is from when I texted you.
Yeah.
And you said that you had this crazy story to tell about, like, after Walmart, you kind of said you got into a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Without going into like crazy
Detail.
specifics, kind of give us a little like background about what you mean about like when you say you got in trouble and you have a crazy story.
Yeah,
behind
so
that.
I think everyone at some point in their life, they go through a very, very low part of their life.
Yes,
and
sir.
That was definitely mine. You know, I was
Still there
20
right now.
So, you know, I was 21 years old at the time, and I actually got in trouble about 2-3 times with the law, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I was, at the end, by the third time, my mom ended up kicking me out because I was still living with my mom. So my mom me and my mom just, it got to a point where we had to separate. And so, you know, my mom was like, you know, it was kind of like a two-way thing. I said, you know what, I'm getting out. And she was like, you're getting the fuck out.
Misa knows that story.
Oh yeah, dude, I've been out since I was 16.
Yeah.
I've been out since 17.
So
Yeah.
that's what happened. And I had a 2007 Honda Civic. I literally put everything that I owned into that car and I took off. And at that time, you know, that night it was really late. So I actually slept at a park that night. And that was probably the lowest part of my life. And at that point I said, you know what? I want to do something different. Right. And so I watched a video on YouTube and Facebook of this really successful guy called Grant Cardone. I don't know if you guys know him. Very, very successful guy. And in that video, he was going back to his old dealership. And at the dealership, you know, he was doing the whole selfie thing like, hey, this is where I started my career. This is where I started moving some metal. This is where I started making some serious money. So I said, you know what? Let me go apply at some car dealership. So at that time, it was about a 3-month thing. And I was staying over at a friend's house. I had I had 1 or 2 girlfriends, right? I'd stay at their house. And at that point, I got sick and tired of just staying at people's houses.
Not having a home,
not having a home. So I picked up the nicest slacks that I had and the nicest shirt that I had. And I walked into Viva Ford, which is right here, the one right here on Red Road. I walked in, and at that time, there was a gentleman who is now the CEO of RightDrive. They were having a general meeting. So there was about 20, 30 people in that room. And so I walk in, I'm all raggedied out. And he looks at me, he's like, who are you? And I'm like, oh, pues I want to apply. And then he's like, oh, okay. He's like, follow me. So then I follow him and he brings me into this room. And then inside this room, there's like 30, 40 people. Yeah. They're all booted and suited, bro. You know, they're all making some money, nice suit, you know, everything. So he told me, all right, guys, you know, he brings me up to the floor. He's like, this is Louie. This guy wants to work here. So we're going to let him tell you guys why he should work here. So I had to go to the middle of the floor, explain to them why I wanted to work there. And I kind of did my whole spiel right there, dude. I was like, you know what? I don't have a home right now, dude. I'm straight up I have my car out there. I want to grow. I want to do more. I want to make some money. That was really what it is. It came down to the cheese, right?
Yeah.
So by the time that I was done giving my story, man, they all freaking applauded for me. They were like, oh, yes, let's hire this guy. Yeah. So then by the time the meeting was over, I got hired on the spot, dude. And it's crazy because I bought a whole new wardrobe. I started the next day. And I started selling cars, dude, and I started making some money. So that was really the whole, you know, from the breakthrough, right? I hit rock bottom, but, you know, I broke through. And then from that moment on, I mean, everything just skyrocketed from there.
That's about crazy, dude. That story just gave me chills. It's just the fact, because, you know, I've been in that situation where, you know, I lived in a van for like almost a month. You know, and it was like around that age, 19, 20 years old. And at those times, that's like where you're the lowest and you're just thinking about life and you're thinking about what am I going to do now? And what can I do? And that's when you get inspired the most, I think, man, when you're at the lowest, because, you know, they've always told me, man, when you're at the lowest, there's only one way to go. And that's up. That's up. You know, exactly. That's pretty cool, man.
So, you know, I believe it or not, you know, I gave it everything I had my first month, and I sold 16 cars my first month and made like a $10,000 check.
Your first month?
My first month, dude.
What the fuck?
That's how like ridiculously hungry I was, dude. So I got my $10,000 check, and I was like, "What the?"
Okay, but hold on.
From there, it just kind of was like,
okay, so you sold 16 your first month. How,
16,
right? 16, right? So how fast did you sell your first car? Like how many days? Like 2 days?
Picture. I think it was my first day, bro. My first day. Let me tell you what happened. So
God damn.
In the car business, it's kind of like that thing where when you're new, you just get thrown out there. No one ever like sits down, teaches you what to do. They just tell you, go out there and sell a car. So what happened is I got a customer and I freaking ran to go greet him. And then I brought him inside and I sold it and I sat him down. And so when I went to my manager, I was like, hey, I have a customer. He got another salesperson. He's like, hey, go help Lee. So some guy came in and I kind of saw the whole way through, but I got paid for that deal, you know? So the first day, all I really did was saw a customer, went to go get him, brought him inside, sat him down, and then someone else kind of helped me through that process.
You were like the fishing pole, just like they're throwing you out there. Just like, bring him inside.
He's not even selling us a car right now, and I want to buy one. That's crazy.
I'm like, what kind of deal can I get on there? Looking at a 2021.
That's hilarious.
Dude, that's crazy. And so what, the commissions were what, like a percentage or like?
It's percentage based. So like it's 25% of gross profit.
Right.
So if you make $4,000 profit on a deal, you'll get $1,000. If you make $1,000 on the deal, you get $250. It's just 25% of whatever the actual deal, the profit is.
Dude, that's what's up.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, I think that must be nerve. You got to be on your toes if you want to be successful, you know, because hey, you go, 2 days, 3 days without fucking selling anything, and then you start thinking like, oh fuck, dude, like shit.
That happens.
I gotta go back to Walmart now, that's how I would start thinking. Like, dude, I haven't sold shit in a couple of days, dude. Like, I'm running dry.
It's definitely a mental game. It really is. It's a mental war. And you got to just fight it, man.
I'm not even selling cars and I want to quit. Like
I'm stressed out right now.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. But I guess like also sometimes like people just walk in and they just know they're gonna buy something. Yeah. You know what I mean? So Absolutely. They just need you to help them. Like that's it. Just give me some decent customer service. Make me feel like I'm getting like somewhat of a good deal.
If
and
they
I'm
like you, they'll buy from you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a good experience. You meet a lot of people, a lot of different kinds of, personalities. Too. Right. You just got to learn how to deal with
it. I remember like my dad knew some guy, and the car that I bought, I bought a Chevy Cobalt right out of high school, and my dad co-signed for me. So we went to the Rudolph Chevrolet right here. Yeah. And my dad has bought in multiple vehicles from the same guy. So when we went, he already knew like, this is the guy we're going with. And it's cool because that guy, like he appreciates it. And he's like, yeah, we'll get you a good deal. He's making money. We're getting a good deal. Everyone's happy. Like,
my parents are the same way. They have like this one guy they go to, and sometimes he'll just be at my parents' house.
That's like, your car guy,
like showing him pictures and all this other stuff.
Shit's wild, bro. Shit's crazy. Wow. And then, so at some point, like, there has to be some sort of realization where you're like, well, why don't I open my own fucking dealership? Right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So we didn't really figure that out till about 5 years in. So I sold cars for a while. So in about 6 months, I actually ended up getting promoted to sales manager. Wow. Cause I actually did very well selling cars. And after that, I went to finance. So I was the guy in the back signing contracts, blah, blah, blah. That's in finance is where I really learned everything. And, I mean, I can't even disclose this, over here at Viva Ford, I remember doing $500,000, almost $1 million a month in gross profit. Jesus. We were selling 250 cars a month. We were making $1 million a month. And, me and the CEO of RightDrive now, he was actually the general manager at Viva. And, we're looking at each other like, damn, dude, like this is a lot of money. You know what I mean? And so what?
Some cake, brother.
What ended up happening was the CEO of RightDrive left Viva. And I still was there, and he wanted to go start off RightDrive. So then he calls me and says, "Hey, I'm starting a used car dealership. I really want you to be my guy." I was his right hand man at Viva, so I became his right hand man at RightDrive, and I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." I quit RightDrive Viva the next day, and I think I spent like a month without work. I just kind of chilled and posted, and then we started RightDrive.
Was it somewhat like nerve-wracking knowing that you're leaving a job that you're doing really good and then now starting your own thing,
something you don't know.
Believe it or not.
Right. Because like you said, you said you guys are selling 250 cars a day,
a month
or a month. Right. Yeah. Which is still like per day. That's like
10.
It's like 10 cars a day. Like, you know what I mean? So when I think about a car dealership, like you don't think about how like busy they are, but are those cars also like counted as like commercial sales? Like if somebody goes and buys a fleet of vans, okay, so that's also what helps.
There's still a lot of profit there,
because like
it's volume.
The city of El Paso will go to Ford and say, "Hey, we need fucking this many fucking
police cars.
We're gonna cut out a deal for fucking 30 of them at this price. Boom, boom. Let's make some fucking money. Everybody's eating.
That happens quite a bit.
The reason I realized that is like I worked at AutoZone. Shout out my boy Rick. for getting me a job at AutoZone back in the day. And they had bought in a new fleet of delivery vans from Ford. And so he kind of told me like a little bit about the process. And then, yeah, obviously like the negotiation goes through corporate and whatever, but they get the vans at a very good deal. You know what I mean? Because they're buying so fucking many of them.
Hey, Wes, do me a favor. Write all this shit down, dude. I might
Buy cars in bulks.
Back on the hand, paper hand. No.
So, okay. So the idea behind RightDrive, and you told me kind of like, if you guys know what CarMax, right? It's a dealership. It's on the far east. Like it's off the fucking gateway. It's a big dealership. But you were saying that's kind of like the idea is to not only be them, but to grow bigger than them.
Yes. So, you know, about 3 years ago, we started with 4 cars, but we had the mentality of we're going to make this as big as we want, you know, and we are. And at that time, you know, we started with 4 cars. You know, we started with a $50,000 loan, went to auction, bought 4 cars, stuck them out there, and it was just me and Jay Welsh. And, you know, I was the one actually doing everything. I was the one selling. I was the one registering. I was the one washing cars, dude. I was doing everything, brother. Yeah. And at the beginning of the RightDrive story, we told ourselves, you know what, we're going to grow this as big as we can. And so we started hiring people. As of right now, we got about 40 employees. And we have 3 locations in El Paso. And we're about to open one up in Indiana because that's where my CEO is from. So we just bought the property out there. And then we're about to fly out to Houston to open up some more locations. So really the plan is to just spread out and hire great people, and hopefully within 10, 15, 20 years be super huge. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Multiply.
Wes, can you print out my application real quick?
I'm on it, sir.
I'm going to need people. So yeah.
There you go.
I thought you already wanted to quit.
Right. You already wanted to quit earlier. Now you're like,
Hey, I needed him to talk a little bit more. Now, man,
he's just inspired.
He's
now.
selling you. He's using the
Where in
sold. Yeah.
Where in Indiana? Because that's a random ass state to go
Yeah,
to.
it's weird, huh? It's right next to Indianapolis.
Right.
It's a little city called Muncie.
Okay,
There's
so
about
it's on the
600,000
outskirts
people, yeah.
of Indianapolis.
It's about the same size of El Paso.
Right.
So
that's what's
definitely
up.
excited. There's 2,500 Latinos out there.
2,500.
2,500.
Hey, shit, that's 2,500.
Why did all 3 of you look right at me as soon as that happened?
Why are you scared? Are you scared?
So no,
I'm
it's
scared.
crazy. It's just so crazy. We're in El Paso. Everyone's Latino.
2,500. One, and I bet like 2,000 of those are my cousins, but for sure.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, dude. So, like, okay, so the idea, because when you're doing a car dealership, why would you guys go with the premise of let's sell used cars instead of selling like brand new cars? Like, what's the business strategy behind that?
Yeah. So basically selling new cars, and I sold new cars for 5 years. It's definitely a more an amount of an investment for a customer. You know,
right.
So if you buy an F-150 for $60,000,
you're on a 6-year contract, brother.
You owe $60,000, and you know it's going to be really hard for you to trade out because there's going to be some negative equity. You know, even you have to pay off the car for like 3 years in order for you to get out of that loan. Unless you have like amazing credit,
right.
Either than that. And the moment you drive off the lot, a new car depreciates. So you owe $60,000, you drive off the lot. A year later, you owe $50,000, and your truck's worth $30,000.
Right.
So like, there's a big negative equity there, right? Plus the payments are a lot higher and stuff like that. So used cars already depreciated. You're getting a good price for a used car, and the moment you drive off the lot, it doesn't take a huge plummet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, Wes, keep writing all this shit down. What are you doing, bro? Jesus. A lot of good information here.
What? I quit.
And it's funny, dude, because when we were at Viva, we were selling more used cars than we were selling new cars. So we would sell 250 cars a month, and we sell 150 used and 100 new. Hey. And we were seeing as far as the revenue goes, there was much more profit on a used car rather than on a new car. Because on a new car, you have all these discounts. You know, there's rebates. Then there's people trading in with negative equity, so you got to discount it even more. In a used car, it's more like, okay, I'm going to buy a car for 10 and I'm going to sell it for 12, make $2,000 on that deal. You know what I mean?
It's more cut and dry in that way.
It's a lot easier to handle. Yeah.
Yeah. And because I was always under the impression that like, if you're going to go buy a car, just buy a brand new one, because like, obviously you want to be the sole owner and know where this car has been, put all the miles on it. Like my car, I'm the sole owner of that car. I put all the miles on it. So I know what that car's been through.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like, what if you buy like a used car? You don't know if it's been wrecked. You don't know like how these people drive. Cause some people drive cars shitty, bro. They fucking,
You find a crack pipe
like,
under the seat.
you never know. You know what I mean? You never know where a car's been, the life of a car, you know?
And so
They have a story to
basically
tell.
to take care of that is we buy used cars from all over the United States. I mean, we're in California, we're in Houston, San Antonio. And so all we buy is kind of newer stuff with low miles and stuff like that. And before we actually even sell the car, we do what's called a post-sale inspection. So we put the car up on livs, we check out everything, you know, refill all the fluids, change the brakes, do what's called a 21-point inspection and all that. And if it passes, then we're just like, okay, this is a good
now
car to
it's
sell.
See, that's what I was gonna say, man. Like, I think the difference would be like the salesman, like what kind of car they're selling. Like, if this guy's a good guy and he's selling like good worth cars that are worth buying, and that's just like, hey, I bought it this price and crappy cars and sell them like that, then nah, man. In that case, dude, I'll see you tomorrow, dude.
I do, yeah.
One thing I am curious about, you said you started with 4 cars.
Yeah.
Was there a specific 4 cars that you went for to start with? Or
Dude, fuck it. I remember those 4 cars like they were mine, brother. I bought a 2014 Nissan Sentra, 2008 BMW, but this 2008 BMW had 60,000 miles. It was like super clean. I bought a 2011 Jeep Patriot and then another Nissan Sentra.
Nice.
So I remember, and you know, those were the crazy stories because at that time it was just me, you know, and our CEO Jay Welsh, and I had these 4 cars out there at a little lot on Alameda. And I'm just like, how the hell am I going to sell this, dude? It's just me.
I remember those commercials too.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know,
we did a bunch. We
really
really stuck it to Facebook, a lot of social media. Yeah, that's really where we started growing. So
how long did it take to sell those 4 cars?
I sold them in like a week.
Hey,
I bet he looked at him. He looked at him like they grew up so fast, like because he saw them every single day, the same 4.
So it was crazy. So we started with 50,000, bought 4 cars, sold those, got the money, went and bought another 4, sold those, got the money back, went another, bought a 6, and then we started applying for more money because it's all financed, right? And you know, sooner or later we had 8 cars on the lot, we sold those, then we had 20 other cars on the lot, and then we had 30 cars on the lot, sold those. And now, I mean, we're just, you know, growing.
I think like when you're first starting off something, we were talking about, you know, when you first came into the studio and we were telling you like, you know, how we started at first. Yeah. And those are memories that we actually remember a lot that you kind of cherish, knowing that like, you know, especially where you're at now, you go back and you think about those 4 cars like, oh fuck, God, you know, you're looking out now where you're at and you're like, hell yeah, you know.
It's crazy, man. I feel like we're living in the Matrix, you know, just we're creating whatever we want.
So I think, and it, to me, this would be an easy sell for you if you had to sell me this beer. But if you had to sell somebody,
all he would have to do is like, hey man, you want to buy this?
No, he just sells you your own beer. He has to pull it out like to like right here. Once I recognize the blue, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take 10. I'll take 10 of those.
He pulls off the wrapper and his O'Doul's.
You mind tossing me another one?
You got it, brother.
So I was gonna say, how would you sell somebody that doesn't drink a beer? What would be your sales tactic in that way?
Oh wow!
Okay, like right there,
an alcoholic.
So there it is, a fucking brand new beer. You need to sell that to somebody. How are you?
So I'd ask first. Have you ever drank one of these before, brother?
No, sir. Never. I don't drink.
Okay, hold on. Before
why did this start like a drug deal?
Okay, yeah. Hold on. Tried this? Hold on. Hey, most of life is a drug deal if you think about it. Okay, so look, what we're gonna do is we'll have Misa play like a character here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So when you do it, act like you're selling it to Misa. So let's go ahead. Go ahead and try it.
So I'm selling it to Misa.
Yeah.
All right. So have you ever drank a Bud Light before? Or?
No, I haven't. I really don't drink beer at all.
At all. Have you ever drank a beer before?
I have, but I'm not a big fan of beer.
No?
I like to just hang out and drink some wine instead.
You like wine then?
I like wine.
Okay, cool. Why do you like wine?
It's just, I don't know, the taste, you know, the alcohol percentage on it.
Does it make you feel?
Yeah, it makes me feel good sometimes.
So what if I told you that if you actually take 10 swigs of this right now, you'd feel a lot better than you did if you drank wine?
That's hard to believe because, you know, it takes me a whole bottle to feel good of wine. But if that could do it in 10, can I try it?
10 chugs, let's do it.
Can I try it?
Yeah, try it.
Why are you doing a white voice when you're talking about?
I'll buy it.
Just from the noise. Oh, that sounds great. I'll take 10.
Hey, but you know what? It's good because he's comparing to like what I've had before, and now it's like, hey, well, this is something
Bro,
better.
he had that killer instinct. He's like, oh yeah, you like wine, motherfucker? Okay, come over here.
Oh, really?
Oh,
How does that make you feel?
Right, you just walked
Have
into
you
my
ever been
fucking
stressed?
showroom. Right. That shit was hilarious.
Buy beer today. It'll help you with your stress. It'll also make you sleep better. Side effects may be diarrhea, puking,
Alcoholism,
dizziness,
DUI,
Do you have problems
domestic
sleeping?
violence.
prison time,
Prison time.
large fines,
This shit is
That's
hilarious,
crazy.
bro.
and the lack of family.
You guys should start selling beer, man. That was pretty good.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, I want 10 of those ASAP.
Like a 12-pack for every car. Would that even be good? It's like, here you go. You just got ready. Here's a 12-pack to go.
There's just a cop sitting outside the dealership and like every day.
Oh, so what he
By the way-
does is he gives them the because you know, like, okay, well, so let's just say they bought a new car. So because I don't know, like the issues with like selling used cars. Like, do they have to drive that bitch off the lot with full coverage insurance?
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
so same thing. So as soon as he sells the car, he goes, "Hey man, I got something for you." Slaps him with the 12-pack of Bud Light and says, "Full coverage, baby. Don't worry about it." Just like that.
You're
dude.
covered.
Yeah, you're covered. You're good. All right, guys, we're coming up on the 41st minute mark. We're going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, we got some more stuff to get into with our boy Louie here. They actually had an ad in the Super Bowl, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
That was crazy, dude.
And it has it features like
Tiger
there's some
King.
Tiger King in it. So if you guys haven't seen it, you guys got to go
But
watch
I think
it.
there's something special, even more special than the Tiger King that I heard about in that commercial.
Right. So we'll save that.
We'll get to that,
Yeah,
huh?
we'll save that. We'll also talk some of the things that are happening across El Paso and the country. We'll also do 5 random questions with our boy Louie at the end, like we do with usually all our guests here on the podcast. So with all that being said, guys, make sure you're following us on Facebook, liking us on Instagram, subscribing to our YouTube page, Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and a motherfucking review. So God bless.
After that, don't do it.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, don't do it after that. Episode 72, guys, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. We will take this break and we will be right back.
Yo, what it do? Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast is sponsored by top quality and handcrafted products made by I&I Glass. I&I Glass products are blown here locally in the 915 and range in uses from pipes, pendants, jewelry, decorations, and even goddamn motherfucking hummingbirds and much, much more. So make sure you go and hit up our boy Aaron Lee at I&I Glass and tell him that your boys, Chris and Misa, sent you, all right? And you go and support a local El Paso business motherfucking today, all right? Thanks.
All right, guys, we are back from break. Episode number 72, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, featuring friend of the pod, Mr. Louie Perez. We're having a great time today, guys.
What's going on?
We're sipping some brews. We're sharing some good stories and jokes, and I've had a good time.
It's been a good time, brother.
It's been a really good time, right?
Been a very good time.
Right, every good times all around. So, guys, we have some more stuff we're going to get into on this podcast. But before we do that, did you guys see the fight that happened this weekend? Lisa, did you see this fight?
Are you talking
Jake
about
Paul fight?
Jake
The
Paul?
Jake Paul
I
fight.
thought it
Ben
was
Askren?
kind of stupid.
Wait,
Yeah.
was it actually a fight, or was it just like some guy basically just falling over?
Well,
I don't get it.
so I went to go watch the fight, but I didn't actually watch the fight because I had to leave early because I drank too much.
Let me tell this story. Hold on.
Yeah,
dude.
let
hold on,
Misa
hold on.
tell the
Give it to
story
us,
about
brother.
this.
So I remembered it was Saturday, and I was like,
Saturday.
yo, dude, fucking Jake Paul is fighting Ben Askren, and I was like, this is probably a better fight than him fighting what's his name? Nate Robinson. You guys want?
Oh, yeah.
Is that when he took the knee to
basketball
face,
player?
or- Oh no! I'm thinking
It's some
of the other-
boxing match. And then so I text Chris. I was like, yo, dude, let's go watch it at Twin Peaks.
Oh.
And Chris is like, is there a coverage charge? And I was like, yeah, $10 each. He's like, oh. But then he brings a friend, and his friend paid for his coverage charge.
Shout out my boy TJ.
Yeah,
Dude, my-
TJ, dude. First time I met TJ.
Just a little side note: my car was sitting there for 3 days, so my car was there with you guys.
We'll get into that later, won't we, Wesley?
Maybe.
Maybe. But anyway, so Chris shows up and Dude, did you watch it? Did you guys watch the whole thing?
Yeah, it was.
Dude, I don't know. It was weird, man. Like, I liked it at the fact that, like, you know, you see Snoop Dogg smoking weed the whole time.
He
That's
put
like,
$2 million down on Jake.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I think the best part of those fights is the way that they don't give a fuck. They're like, let any rapper perform. Don't censor them. Let them smoke all the weed they want. We'll have that one. What's the guy that was commentating on the fight?
Pete
Davidson was
Dude, he was the best part of the entire fight. He was just ragging. Dude, he's like, both these people are absolutely awful. But hey, the best part is somebody's gonna get hurt.
Right. And I think that's cool because it's like it's more like of being like in a party culture. Like where everyone's chilling, being themselves, and it's not
so PC.
It's not all corporate, like suited. Like, hey, you can't be drinking a beer on stage. Don't be smoking that weed on stage. Like, no, hell no,
bro.
Like they were like, we got Snoop Dogg in here. Of course he's gonna smoke.
Oh, for sure.
Like we already ran out of weed. He just got here. We haven't even started taping.
Bro, what the crazy thing is too is like that kind of went viral is Oscar de la Hoya. Like people were saying like how drunk and like high he was and stuff.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, you guys haven't seen it?
I didn't see that.
I saw they cut to him and he was just like,
dude, he was I forgot who was fighting. There was like a couple of guys fighting, and this guy's like, look at his body. He's so, and then he's just like,
bro, honestly, I don't care. Let the golden boy get hammered.
Yeah, let him do what he wants.
He did his time already.
Right,
You know?
let him live
He
his
can do
life.
whatever he wants.
Why are we like judging people for being drunk? I'm drunk like almost like all the time.
Speaking of drunk, dude, this guy starts drinking.
Yeah. Go back to the story.
This guy starts drinking old fashions.
Oh, I
Right
love
off the
me
bat.
a nice bourbon.
I'm over here taking it easy with my Budweiser, and that's it, you know. And then Chris shows up. There's probably like 15 minutes before the main fight starts, and all I hear is like, "I'm out." I turn around and he's like, "I gotta go," with his eyes closed. Never looked straight at me, and he's like, "Yeah, I gotta go."
I hit the eject button, bro.
Yeah.
I was already like miles high into the sky.
Beep, I'm out.
Yep, so I was out.
He left. The crazy thing is, was like I remember watching the fight, but I do not remember like right after the fight. Like I remember like cheering, like "Holy shit, this guy just got knocked the fuck out!" And then that's all I remember saying.
And that was it.
The good thing is that if I would have stayed, the fight would have ended like early. But my thing was like, if I stay and this shit goes on forever,
You're gonna end early.
I'm gonna be fucking knocked out like Ben Askren, and I'm gonna be on the floor of Twin Peaks, not in a fucking ring.
I think, hey, that's a good place to be knocked out, though.
Well, I guess,
you know, there's some ladies, my
It's
dude.
top five.
Top five.
Yeah.
There's
You want to get knocked out anywhere? Top 5 places to get knocked out. Anyways,
Looking up.
That's all I gotta say,
looking
man.
up.
Chris ended up, you know, I invited him to come and watch the main fight. A dude shows up, somebody else pays for his cover, and he leaves early.
yeah, that's my boy.
Not just that, but he ate half of my nachos.
Shout out to who? TJ.
Yeah, shout out my boy TJ. 'Cause-
TJ.
Okay, look, here was the dilemma I was in that day, right? I go to TJ's house during the day, and he was like, let's start having some beers. So we start having some beers. Okay. And then it turned into, I have a girl coming over and I want to make a night out of it. Like, let's go eat somewhere. And I was like, look, I'm down. I was with Letta, my girl. Like, we can make a little double date out of it, make everybody happy. But then this guy was like, I have to watch the fight somewhere. And I'm like, dude, where are we going to go? That's going to have the fight, you know? Like, that's not going to be just a total bar place, like a basic place. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, we settled on Twin Peaks because you guys had gotten there. But I had already been drinking with this dude. So
Excuses. That's all I hear.
it's not excuses. I'm just explaining what happened. And that's why I left early.
You should have
But
just never shown up, dude.
I told him, you pay for the cover because this is where you want to go. And then the next day, like I got him. We went like, we're good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're straight.
I don't know, but hey,
Back has been scratched.
I owe TJ $100.
You owe TJ $100.
We got drunk and then TJ's like, you want to bet $100? And I was like, motherfucker, shake on it. And then we shook it. And I totally forgot the whole night. I forgot about that.
Was he drunk though?
We were all drunk.
Don't
were
talk
all
about it. He
drunk.
might have forgotten.
No, he didn't forget. He told me.
That's what I was gonna say. He didn't forget because right after this guy got knocked out, he's like, "Hey, Misa, I think you owe me $100." And I was like, "Oh,
I don't remember that at all. I'm sorry.
Chris asked my $100 and he left."
I didn't have shit.
But yeah, guys,
But yeah,
don't
anyways.
get too crazy when you guys go to a
Drive
bar.
safe, baby.
Or
You're
a
a
restaurant.
salesperson. How do you work yourself out of a bad deal? We're going to try and help Misa out.
Hey, what can I do? Can I offer him a car instead? It's like, hey, go to my friend Luis and he'll give you $100 off.
I'll give you $100 towards your down payment.
Just give him a Hot Wheels.
That's just hilarious.
$100 gift card.
So that was just some fucking talk about what me and Misa were up to this weekend.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people saw that fight because that shit was like all over IG. They were posting videos of it.
Oh, it was on Twitch illegally the entire fight. Somebody was
They put the
streaming it.
whole league.
Yeah, I was watching.
Hell
it. So
yeah!
I was watching it.
I didn't watch it at home.
Shout out to
Yeah,
the
I didn't
people
pay a
doing
dime.
that.
I watched it on my big screen.
I could have watched it at home, dude. You know what?
I,
You know
I
what?
love how there's still those outlaws that are like, fuck you guys.
They've done it
You're
every
not gonna
single
stop
Jake
our
Paul.
fucking stream.
They do it because they hate Jake Paul and they don't want to give Jake Paul like $6 million
Right.
or whatever for every or $60 million for every single fight that he does. So
Right.
they're just like, why give you money to watch you get? I want, like they just want to watch him get knocked out.
All
They
I
don't want
gotta
to pay it.
All I
He
gotta
better
say
get
is
knocked out soon.
I was surprised like how he knocked that guy out. It was like almost too easy.
Honestly, yeah.
Well,
that
he's
was
a
first
wrestler.
round, dude,
He's a
you know?
wrestler, not a boxer.
Yeah, I
That's
know,
the thing.
but
he's
like
a UFC fighter. dude.
those
They
guys
do it all.
are still mixed martial artists.
Yeah.
Like they still
Yeah,
can,
but he's more
you know?
like I've done judo
But-
and
right.
there's no punching in judo. It's more like just takedowns and holds and stuff
yeah,
like
but
that.
that guy's done more than judo though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
He's
there's no
experienced,
excuse.
too,
Yeah.
you know?
Look, as much as like I wanted Jake Paul to lose, like I was actually kind of shocked, and I was like, hey, maybe you know,
Bro,
we
did you
just I think we just need to get like an actual boxer to fucking fight.
Did you
this guy.
see how pumped he was once he knew they were gonna call it? Like he was like fucking like so passionate about it. I'd love to see that shit. So
And I'm not a big fan of
But-
that.
Did
Did you watch it?
Paul was even crying, dude. After he knocked him out, he was like crying and
Yeah,
stuff. I think I
so-
saw that. Yeah.
but yeah, okay. So let's get away from this boxing talk. I mean, we're not like pro boxers here.
I just wanted to say that story and how Chris called it a night before the fight even.
Well, I
started.
knocked
God
myself
bless.
out. TKO. How about that?
Hey,
An old fashioned
Right.
knockout.
no, what I'm gonna say is at least he got home.
Right.
Oh,
hey, there you go. We're not gonna get into your story, Wesley, but
Now,
that's true.
I can go like minimal, but
Okay.
I'm not gonna go in detail.
We'll save it for then. So
Yeah.
let's talk about Mr. Louie. Let's talk about this Super Bowl commercial that you guys were like, hey, let's do a Super Bowl ad, or let's do an ad and let's put it on the fucking Super Bowl.
Hold on. I want to know how did even like the idea even.
Yeah,
start?
like how does this like become even like fathomable?
Yeah. So we actually do work with KFox and ABC already.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, we're constantly on there, you know, doing some TV spots and stuff like that. And we saw an open spot for the Super Bowl. And
is that like that should be rare, right? Like
No, well, that's not a national spot.
it's not a national
It's a,
spot, it was
like-
a local spot.
Yeah,
no,
like-
but still, like I mean,
yeah.
There was a few spots. We actually attacked it a little bit early on. It was good timing. I mean,
Right.
the timing was perfect. We saw that it was available. So then we started thinking, what can we do? And so this is kind of how it started. We had a competition between all the teams at RightDrive, right? And whoever sold the most cars in their store was going to take it. We're going to pay full flights, hotel, everything paid for to Las Vegas, right? So this team ended up winning. And at the time, I was like, "Oh, pues, you know, I'm probably going to end up going." So I booked my flights and okay, I'm going to go to Vegas. But then we booked the spot for the Super Bowl, right? And so then one of my partners was like, "Hey, let's do this commercial and we'll put it on the Super Bowl." So that's kind of how it came out. It's like, okay, we're already going to Vegas. Let's go and film in Vegas. And we started thinking about ideas. And so we started thinking, okay, everyone's getting tax returns. Everyone's getting stimulus checks. So we said, hey, let's start the scene open with me getting the check.
look how happy. That's exactly how I was. Jesus Christ.
So like these girls, these dancers, did you actually find dancers or
No, that's at the Fremont.
Fremont Street, yeah.
Yeah. And we saw them there. You know how there's a bunch of people there taking pictures.
yeah.
So I saw them there and I said, hey, do you guys want to be in a video? And they're like, yes. Oh my God. So that scene took, 15 minutes. It was really quick. I gave them each $100 and they went off and did it.
Shit,
So
I
that
would
was
have done it
really
for $100.
It was me. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a good tip, right? So it was just me. I open up the check. I go into this dream. I'm in Vegas blowing money. You can see right here, we found an impersonator at Fremont that looked just like Tiger King.
Oh, yeah.
And so I went up to him and I said, hey, tomorrow we're going to film. What's your phone number? Blah, blah, blah. I got his phone number. I gave him $100 and said, please be there tomorrow. So the next day we meet up. And when we meet up, he's right next to this other guy. He brings this other guy with him.
that tiger? I like at first caught me off
looked
guard.
good,
Like,
huh?
whoever did that like 3D because I do some 3D
CGI
stuff.
tiger right
The
there,
CGI,
man.
like even the shadowing.
We'll
and
play
stuff.
it all right now. We'll play it all completely right now.
Yeah.
No, well, it's not coming through the Zoom because it's having interference with the fucking.
Oh no, I'm pausing it at times.
You're pausing it?
Yeah,
I thought it was like.
Oh no, I can play it fully.
And I gotta say that Tiger King guy looked fucking
Just like him,
just like him, man.
But there is a backstory to that.
Yeah,
So he was saying, so this guy showed up, and he showed up with who?
showed up with some other guy. At first, I had no idea who the hell this guy was, dude. He was bald. I say hi to Tiger King. I'm like, "What's up, dude? You ready?" So we were riding in a limo all the 3 days I was there.
Is it this guy right here?
Right there. This guy on the left, right there.
Yeah.
So his name is Alan Glover, and if you ever watched Tiger King, he was the actual hitman that was hired to kill Carol Baskins.
Carol Baskin, that bitch. God bless, dude. That's crazy.
The real hitman, dude, was with this guy, and there he is.
Yeah, this guy.
That's him.
No.
And the whole time I had no idea who he was, dude. And he was sitting right next to me on the limo, and I was like, dude, who are you? And he looks at me dead in the face, and he's like, dude, I was the one that was gonna kill Carol Baskins. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm sitting right next to this guy, dude. This guy's gonna kill me, dude. Actually, believe it or not, he was really cool. He was real nice. He agreed to be on camera. We went along with it. We were like, well, I mean, might as well just put this guy on the video, you know?
So that's crazy.
Oh, there he
so,
is. There he is right there.
So this guy pretty much uses a look-alike. He's pretty much making money off this
he's
whole
making
shit.
tons of money, bro. He's actually getting.
I want to know how the impersonator found the hitman and became friends with him.
That I don't know. First, the only thing I do know is that Alan Glover, the bald dude, he flew to Las Vegas to like party and stuff. And so this Tiger King, everywhere he goes, he gets stopped, bro. If he's walking down the strip, Fremont, wherever he is, everyone's like, "Oh, let me take pictures." So I assume they just ran into each other. And I mean, what a coincidence!
Him probably.
Did he actually have a hurt leg? Because like if you see right back here, okay, so he just put like the tiger attack.
They had a one-on-one on basketball and shit right before this year.
Right?
Yeah, it's crazy because like for the people that are only listening on the podcast, like audio only version, this commercial, I found the best way to find it was on the KLEQ website.
Yeah, it was hard to find.
Yeah, it was hard to find. But if you type in KLEQ Super Bowl Tiger King, it's the first result you're going to get. And
it's
you
on
can
Facebook too.
You can watch the actual commercial on their website, because I was looking on YouTube. I couldn't find it, but I didn't go through all these compilations they had, and I don't want to waste time on that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And like, did you guys work with like an ad agency on this, or was this all just
we have our own in-house like production team,
right?
So I mean, really, you know, that was filmed with a red camera, dude, and you know, our own in-house production team filmed. They went out there,
red,
top
tier, man,
pretty crazy, brother, dude. So we all went out there as a team. We filmed, and we came back and we started editing. I mean, the editing took like almost a month, dude, just to edit,
just to get it right.
It was all that tiger, that CGI tiger.
CGI tiger. So we have our own in-house production team, and we used a little bit of another company called Evolve 7, who is a partner in RightDrive, and he has his own marketing agency. So he really helped us out a lot too, and it all just turned out great, dude. I mean, right smack in the middle of Super Bowl it played, which is, you know, a lot of eyes on that game, and I can probably honestly say on Facebook it got like 160,000 views. On Instagram it got like 40. So I can honestly say it got, with Super Bowl and social media, it probably got 800 million views. And we did see it. You know, I had a couple people go to the dealership and ask me like, "Hey, are you the guy?"
In the commercial, I was when I watched it, it came up, and then my daughter was sitting next to me, and I was like, "Hey, you see that guy? I went to school with him. I almost dunked on him one time."
She's all, "Shut up, Dad."
She's like, "Yeah, whatever, Dad.
You must know a lot of
you
things.
say you know everybody."
Yeah, dude, that's crazy, because I was thinking about like when you run an ad like that, right? Obviously, it's going to cost you, but like it's always interesting to think about what is going to be the feedback, what's going to be like people's reaction.
It's an investment.
It really is.
Yeah. And we saw the return.
Right. So when you're there, like at work, and then like some guy comes up and is like, "Hey guy, I'm looking for a Hyundai Sonata. By the way, were you in that commercial?" Like, you know what I mean?
No,
is Joe Exotic here?
Is Joe Exotic here? Where's the tiger? Where's the tiger?
They come in and they're like, "Yo, hey, first of all, fuck Carol Baskin, and I want to buy that car right there."
Right, dude, that's what
Carol Baskin, that dumb.
And then honestly, like credit to you guys and your team and the agency that you guys work with, like for capturing the moment of Tiger King, because a lot of like advertisement, like, you have to be hitting on something that is culturally like relevant
and trending.
Something that like
ride the wave.
When something that when people see it, they don't need to ask what is that. They just know.
Yeah.
And I don't even watch fucking Tiger King. I never even watched it.
It was amazing.
As soon as I see that guy, I'm like, yeah, that's the fucking Tiger King guy.
I think Tiger King saved so many lives during the pandemic, and that's why the entire world, everybody was stuck at home, and we just grew to love Tiger King, and then also hate Carol Baskin. That dumb bitch.
Back then when we first started, I told Chris, Chris, let's talk about Tiger King. He's like, I haven't watched that shit. For a while, I kept on. I was like, yo, dude, let's talk about shit that's
They're making
trending,
a show.
Let's talk about this shit. And he's like, I haven't watched it. You could talk about it, but I haven't watched it.
They just announced they're making a show with actors.
We did a podcast where one of your backgrounds through Zoom, this was like started Corona, where we were doing everything through Zoom. There's a podcast. I can't remember what episode it was, but Misa's background the whole time is fucking Tiger King.
Tiger King.
Was he just laying there with like the tiger?
Like, yeah, he's in the back and like the tiger's right
next to him. Dude, it's ridiculous. But like what I was saying is like it's a really good job of you guys, like, because when you create advertisement, right? It's not about creating an ad, it's about creating effective advertising. That it's gonna make people do something.
Remember,
it's gonna make people act, which is like what you want from advertising. So for you guys to be able to say, hey, let's take this trending topic, let's do it, let's put this spin on it, and let's get this idea of like, hey, we got the stimmy. What are we going to do with this stimmy? I could buy a tiger or I could buy a fucking car. Like, you know what I mean?
That's a good preference. 30-second one. We chose, we paid for a 30-second one. And we realized, God damn, 30 seconds is nothing.
Bro, 30 seconds really is hard.
We filmed 3 days, bro. I was out there for 3 days filming. And
for 30-second ad.
I was going to say, what did you do those whole 3 days? Was it mostly filming or getting ideas? Like,
it was wild because that was my actual first time kind of feeling like a little superstar because I fly into Vegas,
right?
And I'm at the freaking
nice ass place,
top, dude. And I'm filming all day. So I'm wearing my tuxedo and I'm walking in the strip,
driving in a limo,
following me, driving limo, people staring and stuff like that. But one thing I am going to say though is next year we're going to do it again, and it's going to be the minute one. And we already kind of have what we're gonna do.
Hey,
I can't tell you right now, but
that's good, dude.
It's okay.
Hey, a good idea that I have, like the shit that's trending, do something with Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, because these guys are trending like every week. New episode every week out on Sundays, guys.
On there, bro.
Hey, that's a good plug, right?
Super Bowl.
We appreciate that.
I think Misa's had too much beer. You sold him too much beer during that.
I think it was that shot he sold me in the halftime, dude. God bless.
Yeah, dude, it's cool because like honestly, I didn't and honestly, this Super Bowl was kind of like a weird Super Bowl because of the pandemic and everything. But to know that like you guys were able to put a local business on like the Super Bowl air, like even though it wasn't nationally aired, it's still like regional because of like K-Fox and the network and whatever. It's still like pretty fucking badass.
No, not just that, but the reaction that I got. I mean, you were on the Buzz Adams morning show, which shout out to them. I mean, we've had Brandon Coates and we've had Nico Ashminian on.
Shout out to those guys.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. So to be on that, and that's something I listen to every single day. So
they were super excited, man.
I'm sure
they were mostly excited about the whole Tiger thing. I mean, they were blown away, dude. When I went to the studio, they couldn't get enough about it.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. That's
to be honest, I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I was like doing something else. I think it was live streaming or doing.
It's not even a surprise, bro. I know.
Right.
Like, if anything, I go to YouTube and I watch the commercials afterwards. Right. That's my thing. I'm not big on sports.
Yeah, Wesley doesn't know that. Like during the Super Bowl, there's an actual football game. But it's okay.
I really don't care.
He's there for the halftime show.
The morning show is the reason I went and checked out the commercial and stuff. So like, yeah, it was great. I was like, damn, dude.
I was just thinking, man, for Buzz Adams morning show to have him on.
Well, like that's what I was gonna say. Like, it must feel good for you to do something like that, and then like
get some attention.
And then not only just attention, but the Buzz Adams morning show, like everybody loves that shit. Like, and they came calling like, "Hey, bro, come on here."
The first one was over the phone. Which one did you hear? The phone or the?
No, in person. You were definitely very clear, so it was definitely in person.
Right. That's what's up, dude.
That was good, man. Freaking Super Bowl, dude.
Can you?
I was going to say, wasn't like your idea kind of on the fly though, even with Tiger King, because you just picked people off the street, didn't you?
So it was like, on the fly, bro.
You didn't go there
Right.
Like this awesome commercial didn't just
Really,
happen.
what we were gonna do is do a bunch of scenes like where I'm partying,
Right.
But we saw this dude on Fremont,
And
we
it
were like,
changed
let's
everything.
Go get that guy.
Oh no shit! Wait, so the whole idea was like you get your stimulus and then you go to Vegas and you
And
just
I'm
party.
partying. I was
Right.
gonna do. I mean, you'll see some dice rolls.
Yeah.
I'm popping champagne bottles. I was walking down the streets dancing and stuff
Right.
like that. But I did a lot of filming.
I
did
thought
a
I
bunch of
saw
filming.
somewhere in there where you were pouring tequila down Misa's throat. But I don't know if that was.
No, that was during the half.
yeah, that got cut out.
I know, right?
But
that's crazy, but-
that's hilarious.
But so you basically went there on a fly and you had the actual Vegas experience because not only did you like figure everything out, but you also like hung out with a hitman
Right.
and then all this other stuff. It was like The Hangover.
It's true. Yeah, it's like a mini version of The Hangover.
And that whole time is being
And I
filmed.
also, I mean, I was out there partying. I mean,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
when I was out there, filming, I had a good time.
So how many of you guys went out there?
I mean, for the team, it was a good 10, 12 of us.
Wow, see, that's a fucking
Good grip.
trip.
Good grip.
Entourage.
Hell yeah.
It's an
It was
entourage
fun,
right
dude.
there.
It was fun.
Hell yeah, dude. Misa, give him a fucking triple horn for the commercial.
Carol
yeah.
Baskin, that bitch.
Jesus Christ. Dude, that's what's up, dude. That's fucking dope. Like
Every time I see a tiger, I don't think about Tiger King. I think about fucking Louis.
Carol Baskin.
That fucking Louis.
Fucking
That
Carol
motherfucker.
Louis, that
Killed her
tiger.
husband. Whack.
He must have pet that tiger 100 times. It's like, no, it was a fake tiger, guys. It's hilarious. It's okay. All right, so let's transition towards the back half of the podcast here. We've talked a lot
booty.
about car dealerships. We've talked a lot about selling beer, cars, Las Vegas, commercials, Super Bowl.
Hey,
Been all over
we
the place.
gotta let all these people know where they could go and meet up with Louis and buy some cars.
Of course.
Because I'm sure there's hundreds of people looking at us right now being like, yo, I need a fucking
Yo, I
car
need a
right
whip.
now.
ASAP.
I need a whip.
Rocky.
I mean, let me break it down for you guys. You guys can visit us at www.rightdriveauto.com. I have, every single vehicle in my inventory on there. You can also look us up on Facebook. Just type in Right Drive, on Instagram, Right Drive Auto. I mean, we're all over the place, dude.
You guys know how to use the internet. You guys can figure this shit out. I'm sure.
For
Okay?
sure.
You guys can figure out where to find
There it is. There's my
everything.
website.
It is. There it is. Right
Look at
Drive.
that. It's a beautiful website.
The only way to drive. Right Drive.
Fast, safe, and
There
easy.
you go. Hell yeah. dude.
That's how you have to drive. You have to drive.
Oh, you
fast.
guys have an app?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
We have an app and everything.
Look at that. God bless Chris. We need to get an app.
All right,
It's
we
right
need an
there.
app. Yeah, dude. Look at wow.
There it is.
I'm gonna go into my app store right now. I'm gonna buy me a
Yeah,
car.
right next to Tinder. It was like,
Plenty of fish.
Give him a round of applause. That was a good one. Good shit, Wesley.
how dare you show your phone to the public?
So let's talk about some local and national stories that are going on.
Yeah.
Hey, it's been a crazy
It's
week,
been a
man.
crazy week.
It's
There's a
been a
lot of
crazy
crazy
week.
shit that's been happening in El Paso and other parts of the country.
Yeah.
All the time, everywhere you go.
It's just crazy shit. No matter what, like
I was gonna say
we had like 5 shootings last week,
right.
all
And-
back to back.
And
dude.
you know what's worse is that didn't even make my fucking like list of things
because we're so used to it.
Yeah.
That's the sad thing.
Yep. Ugh.
horrible.
it makes me think like, is it because we're getting older that like now that we're like more looking into news? Like
I mean,
like,
Facebook and
I think
you know,
it's
Facebook and
more
social media,
accessibility.
because I remember growing up, like even when MySpace came out and stuff like that, like
you wouldn't see.
I
shit
could have
like
cared
that.
less about the news, but as I got older, it's like every fucking day, hey, 5 o'clock.
Change it to the news.
Yeah, but you would
Let's see
you
who
would
got
hear
killed.
about a big shooting at like a mall or
Yeah.
a school or something like that, even without the internet. Like it was there, like people
Right.
knew about it. But I don't think
Now it's
just
like every
having-
day.
Now it's just
Yeah.
like it's quick and it's just like right away. It's instant. Like you're gonna find out about this shit because of an IG post, a Facebook post,
Yeah.
whatever.
But
But
everyone will start posting it.
Yeah,
all right, so go ahead, Wesley. Look up this story, dude. I thought this
got
one
them
was
all
kinda
pulled up
funny.
for you
So-
already.
So this one, guys, is obviously there's been a bunch of issues with the immigration crisis that we've had here in El Paso and the southern border and all that. So I know people have seen video of like of smugglers dropping babies over the bridge.
Oh God, dude, that was so fucking crazy.
Yeah,
There
that's
was one that was
crazy.
found that was left
Right.
out there and
So-
crying. Oh,
So
fuck.
so that issue's crazy. We're not going to get into the whole immigration like debate. Like obviously there's so many ways you can talk about this topic, but one thing that I found fucking crazy about this is this guy got caught trying to climb the border wall, but he got stuck on the wall here in EP.
He got too scared to jump.
Okay, so that's what happened. So he got to the top and he fucking freaked out.
Well, like it's really high, but but there's ways to get down. Like there's still ways to get down.
That would have been that would have been me because I'm afraid of heights.
He was scared of heights.
Yeah, dude.
I'm scared of extreme heights, like in a plane and stuff.
No, dude. 5 feet and up. I'm
Bro,
done.
the poor guy was like,
How tall are you?
I'm scared all day.
bro, imagine like the whole preparation up to this. Like he's with these guys that are trying to smuggle him over the border, and they're like, don't be a bitch. Just get up there and you're going to have to jump
That's
down.
honestly what they do.
And then he's like, well, fuck, I already paid you guys all this money, so I have to. And then he got up there and then he's like, he froze. You know what I mean? So this guy, he's an Honduran migrant and he got fucking stuck or not stuck. He
pulling up new photos.
Whatever. He couldn't get off the border wall. And so the El Paso police and the fire department.
So what happens? Do you know what happens? Like, because it was like an El Paso police department that gets him, does he get into like immigration?
Yeah, no, he's going like he illegally crossed. So he's going to get like booked into the county and then get transferred over to the feds and then eventually deported.
I wonder how long he was up there for.
They had to go over another fence to reach a fence. Like there's when is it too many fences?
Yeah.
When is it too many fences?
It's crazy.
Hey man, when you're doing obstacle courses during the week, this shit ain't nothing on the weekend.
Save the money on fences. Take that money. Go to RightDrive. Buy some cars.
There you go. Good
Give it to him. Give it to him.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting because you know how many people jump the fence all the time? Nobody is ever up there and freaks out. And this guy, he was the one guy, and now he's poor guy.
Disappointment.
So, all right, so
Dude, and he came how far? Where was he from?
From Honduras.
Golly bless.
All the way from
It's
there.
like all you had to do is get it, like keep coming down that fucking fence and he's good to go. Like
that's where it ended. Poor guy.
He goes back over there. He's
I
like,
can
¿Qué
only
pasó?
imagine the adrenaline, bro. Just
¿Qué pasó,
up
mijo?
there.
Tenía miedo, no puedo.
Yeah, dude, that shit sucks. All right, so I know another story that I wanted to talk about because this was all over IG. Was the cement truck on Transmountain that lost its brakes?
Oh wow!
I didn't put that on the rundown, Wes, but you'll be able to find.
Bro, that was actually pretty sad, man. That was pretty crazy.
Did you guys?
What happened? Like,
did you guys all see the video?
Yeah,
No.
we saw the
The
video.
guy was kind of swerving right before you.
Well, I think
That's what they said. That's what they said, that his brakes went out.
Yeah, so I think the guy knew that his shit was fucked, and so people say he was swerving because he was trying to avoid some of.
And he was honking all the way down. So in this video, when you see this video, you see like a motorcycle kind of like go out.
Yeah, I saw that.
And like another car, and that's the whole time. And he was like honking and like telling people, "Get the fuck out the way," you know, like.
Oh, and then just some big old semi had to.
This right here?
been right there, huh?
So this is a video, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm sure you guys have
Poor
seen
guy,
this.
my brother.
The guy loses, so he's being followed by another motorist, but in front of them is a cement truck.
And they know the people filming, they already know.
Right,
There's something wrong with this.
They know there's something wrong because that's why they started filming. And this is coming down on the west side of Transmountain.
Yeah.
Go where the outlets are.
Right.
At.
But there's plenty of
are.
speed traps there.
Right.
Why didn't you use a speed trap?
Well, I mean,
Or like the
what if his lane was blocked to get into the speed trap? Like, what is
there's multiple. There's 2 or 3 of them.
No, right, but like we don't know the situation for this guy. It's easy to say get in the speed trap. You know what I mean?
This, dude. Oh.
Eventually, this guy collides at the intersection and takes out a full fucking semi of
alcohol
of all things. And unfortunately, the driver of the semi truck did not make it.
Of which one?
No.
The cement truck. Sorry, he did not make it. The driver of the other truck, he was fine, but it's still just a fucking terrible.
And I mean, if you think about it, man, the sucky part is like you're coming from Transmountain, so it's just nothing.
It's
but
all downhill.
Oh yeah, and like even in my little Kia Soul, like I'm terrified. Like I hate. Well, I drove from here to Canada, and then I had a Nissan Maxima, and it broke down and overheated during snow on the Rocky Mountains on my way there.
Wow.
So I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm so far away from Texas. I'm so far away from my destination. I've always, and there was also construction and semi trucks just blasting by me with like the tiniest of lane because I didn't know the area. And it was like middle of the night. I don't know. I just got PTSD. I hate mountains. If I don't have to take Transmountain, I won't do it. I will not do it.
Wes got like 30 cameras on his car.
I'm like a grandma when it comes to like.
Yeah, dude. Like I said last episode, dude, it took us like 2 hours to get to fucking Steak Pito's on the east side.
Yeah,
This guy
that was
was
the best
driving.
2 hours of my life.
I've been in 3 accidents.
That's
like
crazy.
2 of them not my fault. One of them I didn't crash into anybody but a wall.
But that was very sad, man. My condolences to
Yeah,
you.
Louis, you saw that video, right, Louis?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I actually saw the one that you guys just posted right now where I guess, and at first, your first instinct is like, is this guy drunk?
He's
or
drunk.
something?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Blasted right now, but then, realizing that the brakes were out was just kind of, it made me feel more sad than anything.
That's what I'm saying, man. I think for me, it was just so sad because like you see a lot of accidents here in El Paso, but most of the time it's like this guy was driving drunk or this guy was racing or something. But when you see something like this where, this guy was working,
he had nothing to do.
He had
nothing,
nothing, he was just at work, it could have been me, it could have been one of you guys at work or something. And then he's just, malfunction. And
That's why I stopped driving for AutoZone, dude. I was like, I'm not down to die driving for these guys because my brakes go out or I pop a tire in this work vehicle. Like, fuck that.
You had so much anxiety
delivery every single morning, and like it's just in the pickup truck, and I feel like my life is on the line just going on I-10 all the way to the east side and then coming back, because there's at least 20 times where like if I didn't have like the right reaction time, I'm screwed.
Yeah,
like the drivers here are just awful. That's awful.
Right.
But that's good for you because
that's right.
Crash your car, so you get a new car.
That insurance check.
Hey, Louis, this is where you should say, hey, if you've had a car accident, hit me up now.
Yeah, go ahead, Louis.
I'll
Plug
replace that
yourself.
shit.
Just kidding, everyone. Be safe out there.
Yeah, for real. Be safe.
All right, guys. Last fucking headline that we have for you guys, and I'm sure this isn't breaking news to anybody.
Is it Bad Bunny coming?
No, fuck Bad Bunny. I mean, not fuck Bad Bunny. I mean, people love Bad. I like a few of his songs, but
who's Bad Bunny?
He's a rabbit. He's a rabbit that just acts out. Like he's just not a good,
He's just a bad
rabbit on drugs.
Right.
Oh, is this the whole Space Jam 2 thing going on?
No, it's
I'll
not.
play it.
It's
I'll
Bad
play it.
Bunny.
No,
anyways,
actually,
fucking-
my daughter sent my wife like a little video, and it was like the iPhones that have like the face.
Yeah, the
face
emoticons
character.
And it's like a bunny, and then she starts singing like, yo quiero ver a Bad Bunny, pero no puedo, no tengo dinero. Because of that, dude, like there's so many people that complain that like it's so expensive to go see Bad Bunny right now, dude.
It's ridiculous.
But at the same time, I don't know if it's the same right now. I saw Bad Bunny like a couple of days ago, and he had his phone. He's like, hey Siri, play the #1 song in the world. And it was one of his songs.
No way.
Yeah. So, I mean, in that case, like, yeah, dude, fuck. Here's $1,000.
I mean, it's not only just because he's a popular artist
flex,
in the Latin like community and music, but like in El Paso, like that's a huge market. Like that's the reason he comes here, is because he knows like I'm gonna sell this bitch out easy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all the baby mamas are gonna waste all that fucking child support on that shit for sure.
But yeah, dude, fucking Bad Bunny's coming to El Paso. That wasn't the thing I wanted to talk about.
Oh, my bad then. Oh shit, my bad.
But at least we threw it out there.
I saw it on the rundown. My bad.
No, yeah, there was no Bad Bunny on the rundown. But anyways, I know you guys probably know this by now, but they finally had the trial for Mr. Derek Chauvin, officer in the George Floyd death. And he was actually convicted on all charges, 3 charges of murder. And so he was taken into custody that day when the verdict was read.
Yeah.
His bail was revoked. And it was crazy because nobody knew that this was going to be like a for sure found guilty.
To a point where like they canceled school.
They canceled school.
No, that's what's scary. Like something that was so obvious to so many people, no matter like who you are or anything like that, it was so obvious. But even though it only took 10 hours of like deliberation from the jury,
right.
We were still sitting on the edge of our seat because people like Jody Arias or Casey Anthony, like those kind of people got away.
Well, Trayvon Martin, when they acquitted that guy.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
Like the guy even sold the gun that killed the kid like months later, like complete dirtbag, and he got away with everything. Like you never know. And I think they said on the morning show this morning that since 2005, like only 7 officers who have killed people have ever been prosecuted.
Right.
Do we actually know how long he's going to be sentenced for?
No,
well, that's going to be like an 8 weeks.
The sentencing hasn't happened yet. So
it can be anywhere from about 12 years, I said. But if all the counts went full time, it could be up to 75.
Yeah, they're not going to do that. So the way it's going to work is they're going to serve them continuous or concurrent. Sorry. So he's going to serve the term for all charges together. So he's not going to have to do the time for one charge, then the second charge, and then the third time. It's all continuous. And so one of the things though is that obviously he's going to go to jail for some period of time, but he's an officer. He's an ex-officer. So it's on the burden of the state to protect him while he's in custody.
I think he's probably doing 10, 12, 15 years.
Right.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
and so because he's a burden on the state, that means as soon as this guy's up for parole, like get him out of here, because we don't want to be liable for him if anything happens to him when he's in the Department of Corrections.
I mean, if you've seen the news, that's what they try to make it clear. Like this wasn't a trial for the Columbus Police Department. It was a trial of a police officer that went rogue.
Because he had passed
on it.
He had passed things. He had like no knock warrants. He had other things that he did that were just like all this other stuff.
He had been involved in incidents that had turned fatal at some point.
I also read that they're trying to overturn the normal processing, like how many years he's going to get because he killed somebody in front of a child. And there was like the child's testimony that happened.
Yeah.
Trial.
And that's the thing. I mean, like when a 9-year-old pretty much knows and saw the like, hey,
in detail,
like, and at the same time, and like the child knowing herself, telling the cop, get the fuck off him. Like, get off him. Like for a 9-year-old to know already, like, hey, that's not right.
Yeah.
You know, it's something, it's pretty crazy. I think it's something very historical.
It really is.
And at the same time, I'm just tired of going through historical shit.
The best thing I've read online is this is not justice. Justice would be George Floyd still being alive today. This is just a good step forward. Right. For like humanity.
But I mean, you're always going to hear about George Floyd's name from now on.
Good.
And you know, like it sucks, but you know what? It's made it to a point where like, hey, like people know, people are aware about this shit now. You know, like.
Do you have any thoughts on this, Louis?
I mean, it really just comes down to, you know, everything, you know, for example, the whole video of George Floyd, you know, we all know about it because of social media, you know, and
it was the one girl that recorded it.
So everything that we know of right now is because of social media. I'm just glad because I know even just recently they found out that, this guy didn't die because of a heart attack.
Right.
They were fighting that. Like,
he was on drugs or some shit.
They found carbon monoxide poisoning. And that's because it happened right behind the vehicle next to the exhaust pipe. So he was also breathing that in and being suffocated.
So I think when they came out with that evidence that, it wasn't a cardiac arrest or that it was actually from him suffocating. I mean, I'm glad that I'm seeing this happen, dude. I really am.
And like, so one thing that I want to make clear is like, he was like intoxicated, George Floyd. He was under the influence.
That doesn't mean
you should die because of that.
Right. What I think the original thing was
what people are trying to justify.
People are trying to say that he died because of that, but it's not.
Those people
what this cop did made him die.
No, a medical examiner said, look, even if this guy wasn't on drugs, he would have still fucking died because of what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But like, didn't this all start? If I'm correct. Because he had a counterfeit.
Yeah, he bought cigarettes with a counterfeit bill,
$20 bill,
and then the lady at the store called the cops, and then boom.
And then what happened? Like 2 weeks ago, a kid got pulled over, and they even said like with the whole gun and taser, they're on opposite side of your body. They put the gun purposely on your off side so you don't accidentally pick it up.
Right. And that's what the officer said happened.
She's like, "Oh my god, like, dude, do you know what a taser feels like? Like, I know like the shooting one, but still."
Well, what I'm saying is a gun must weigh a lot more than a taser because guns are heavy. If you ever hold like a solid 9mm, really it's a heavy gun. A taser, I'm assuming, is less in weight.
Who are you, Chris? You hold a gun before?
No.
9mm?
No.
He's like, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Right here. Where's that gun you fucking took away from me?
No.
It's down here.
Actually, this is the very first firearm I've ever used. Ping, ping.
Boom, boom.
Ping, ping.
Guns don't sound like that. So
that's
anyways,
crazy. You know what? So in some sense, it kind of makes me think too, like of course it's happened so many times before, like with people, you know, these cops get away.
There's just
but now it's making me think like, fuck, like how much, like just what I thought was probably even like times 100, you know, like now it's like now, you know, now we have social media. Everybody has a camera on their phone. Everybody films everything.
Like, did you guys see the whole story of the Las Cruces cop?
We talked about this on the podcast.
That one's just sad, me, bro.
Okay, so here's the thing about that story, and I don't know if you guys saw this recently. The family is suing the federal government. Yes, because so real fast. So the officer pulls over this guy that is being investigated by the feds for drug dealing, and the feds know he's armed
and dangerous.
And the feds are watching this guy, this local police department, state trooper, pull over a guy that they know, the federal government knows this guy is armed and dangerous, and they let him pull him over. And that's when he pulls out an AK-47 AR and shoots him point blank in the back of the head.
Honestly, that's bad protocol, bro.
Yes, dude, because those guys, if
they have radios, you know?
Right. The DEA knows this guy is fucking armed and ready to go. They're armed and ready to go. You guys go stop him. Yeah. Don't send your little constable to go pull this guy over.
The guy
or sheriff,
poor guy doesn't. I felt
and
like
he does not
ready.
He was not informed about what.
Well, not just that, but he was trying to be very like
courteous. He's
courteous.
courteous.
Not just that, like that's a cop that you want to fucking like. If you're doing something bad and some cop stops you,
that's the cop that you hope.
Is there a video of it or?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
There's like. The video is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Because the guy pulls out the rifle point blank and shoots the guy in the back of the head.
What happened to the guy?
Well, he eventually got shot.
Brother.
He didn't die, but he was like apprehended. But the worst part is they shoot the officer, right? This guy dips out. The DEA and the feds show up like within 2 minutes. Yeah. They were right behind. They knew this was going to happen. Yeah. Not they didn't know what was going to happen, but they knew.
But that showed up on video, right?
Right. Yeah.
See, videos are like saving.
It's fucking crazy.
Situations, so I feel. I hate that it happened, but
dude.
There would be no proof if we didn't have cameras.
That family that sued the city of New Mexico.
Bro, so what I'm thinking is
they're going to win. Bro.
They hired a good attorney, and attorneys, like, if you're ever going to need an attorney, get a fucking good attorney. Yeah. Because these guys, if you get the right one, like this attorney was like, you know what? This was a fucking ambush. And we're going to go after these fuckers who decided to set all this shit up and not tell your fucking husband that he was stopping some guy that was a known drug dealer armed and ready to roll.
It's weird because I believe the thing is the federal government, you can only sue the federal government if they decide that you have a good case.
No, like this is a very good case.
No, I know, but like they get to make the decision. That's so sketch.
Because not only like the biggest deal is that fucking... An officer was killed in the line of duty. Oh, yeah. That's obvious. That is a big deal, no matter what you want to say. So, all right, guys, we're done with that. We're done with the serious talk here. We went all over the place again.
Buy some cars, guys.
That's buy some cars.
What time is it? What time is it?
What time? Where are we? Whoa! What time is it right now? Hold on. Before we do, before we do our last segment, I wanted to tell Mr. Louie here. I was peeping your IG. I got all the way to the bottom of the IG page. And you know it's bad when you get to the bottom of somebody's IG page.
He double tapped on accident and then like
no, I made sure I didn't do that. But I saw something that was interesting and I thought that was cool. I saw a video where you're like playing piano.
Yeah.
Right. Oh. So like I love music and I've never been able to play piano, but like I saw you doing it.
Look at his shirt, dude.
Yeah. So like you have another passion like of music, and like when we got here, you saw these mics. You're like, I'll spit a fucking 16 years bar. Like
he started going like, yo, my name is Louie and I sell cars.
So so I love piano. I actually, believe it or not, at that time, going back to my story where I was kind of running in the streets and blah blah blah. I bought an electric keyboard. And that's where I actually learned how to play piano. So I spent a lot of the times where I was feeling kind of down, I just would whip on my piano and start playing. And so I've been playing for years. And so within years, I've learned a bunch of chords and patterns. And so I learned every single pattern of every key. I learned every single chord of every pattern. And so now, I just bought a crib and I actually designated one room for a studio. So I have a full piano, guitar, drum set, microphone like this, actually. I don't rap, but I do have friends that rap. So I kind of produce
I rap too, dude.
Music. Yeah.
That's fucking
I used to rap back in the day.
Making my way downtown, selling cars.
That's what he looked like. Mr. Louie looked like that on the black and whites.
Hey, that's pretty cool though.
It's a nice little stress reliever. It's a disconnection from this world, and I'll still continue to do it until the day I die.
Hell yeah,
there you go, dude. That's
Who's awesome. Your shit. Off the top of your head? This isn't one of our 5 random questions, but your favorite musician. You can only choose one.
Ooh,
favorite musician.
Damn.
Bad Bunny.
Musician. Damn, that's a real tough one.
Whatever.
Honestly, I can tell you more of a genre, and the times of music. So I'm a very big 2000s hip hop.
Okay.
So I love Drake, not Drake. I love Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem.
R.I.P. DMX, by the way.
R.I.P. DMX.
Yeah, for sure.
Old school hip hop is my thing, brother.
Right.
There you go.
F's and G.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up.
Hell yeah.
All right, so now that we talked about a little bit of music, Misa, what time is it? Does anybody know what time it
Hey,
is?
Louis, what time is it?
I don't know what time it is.
8:50.
Oh,
No, it's not. It is time for the 5 random questions here at
thought you were waiting for
Conversing
it
with
about
Chris and Misa, the podcast, including your host, Chris Marcus.
let me get a triple horn. I feel a triple horn is really good.
Triple A.
All right, guys. We got our boy Louis here. And I have 5 random questions, like I always do for all of our fucking guests.
And they're random.
But what I need to know, guys, are you guys ready for this? Wesley, are you ready?
I don't know if you have another one like the whole dogs have it rough.
Yeah, no, I don't have one of
Okay,
those.
yeah, I'm so ready.
Yes. Hey, real fast, can a dog have a rough day?
Dogs can have a rough day.
Hey,
Bro.
there you
went with
go.
it.
They have
Okay.
a rough
Dogs
every
have
day.
emotions.
All right, Misa, are you ready for this?
I am.
Mr. Louis, are you ready for 5 random questions? All right, guys, 5 random questions. And these questions were actually generated by our boy, Christopher Molina, by the way. Shout out to him.
I know that dude.
You know him?
Yeah.
That's our
I play ball
boy.
with that guy.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. So Chris
He
is
messaged me
our...
right now because
Right.
I posted a Instagram, Facebook story.
I told him you were coming on.
So he's like, get it, boy.
Get it, boy.
Hey.
Shout out, Chris.
Shout out Molina, man.
Yeah,
my
Molina
group of
helps
uppers.
us out with the pod a lot,
Yeah,
so
dude.
we're really
One of-
grateful for him.
The main executive advisor. He
And
keeps, he
so-
keeps our shit straight.
So we got some 5 random questions, me. So let me get some music. Question number 1,
That's it.
Mr. Louis. What toppings go on the perfect pizza?
Oh, pepperoni and jalapeno. You gotta love that jalapeno.
Almost
bro.
knocked me out of my seat. What about you, Chris?
Okay, I'm a pepperoni, bacon, sausage, and salami guy.
Oh, you're the meat
I want
lovers.
all the meat. I love them all.
Shit, what about you, Wes? Wes, what about you?
Yeah. First, like it's between
Vegetarian.
two.
I know.
Oh no, fuck that. No, I'm a basic bitch. I like a good pepperoni. That's it.
Hey.
Maybe with a stuffed crust.
Right, nothing
You
wrong
know?
with that.
But if I had to choose something fancy, it'd be like bacon and spinach
Hey.
on an Alfredo sauce. It's real good.
So what you got?
Ooh,
So what you got?
Hey, for me, dude,
I'm gonna go to Ardavino's
it's gotta be.
Ooh. God bless.
Jumping in his car.
Jesus.
Jesus, well, we're all going.
Shit, take me with you.
I'm down for that $12 pizza.
Shit. But I gotta go with a pepperoni, bacon, and mushrooms.
Hey,
Ooh, I like mushrooms.
hey, shout out to a pizza place here in El Paso, local 1/8 Pizza. If you've never been there, it's off Piedras by Coconuts. That shit is absolutely
West Side Pizza Express.
It's the one on the corner, right?
Yes,
Where
sir.
the police station's at?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I've
1/8
been there.
Pizza. That shit is fucking so stupid. Anyways, guys,
I'll
question
look for
number
you.
2, Mr. Louis. Here.
Yeah.
My second question is, what is one alcoholic drink that you will never have again? Mine is Jaeger.
Oh,
Yes.
Jaeger.
You can say Jaeger.
I'll be honest
you
with
can say
you. I had a horrible experience with Heineken.
it. Okay.
So
oh,
I'll
I love
never-
Heineken.
I'll never drink.
Ah, dude. You know what? Every time I drink Heineken, for some reason, it reminds me of like a night of tequila. For some
Bro,
reason.
I
And I
love
hate those
Heineken.
nights. I hate them.
So for me, it's the beer Heineken.
Okay.
Mm.
Damn. What about you, Wes? I'm a Jaeger guy.
Dude, it's Jaeger.
Right.
Because first of all,
Wes is whatever he drank this past weekend or yesterday.
no. I actually went to jail because of Jaeger. So
Oh.
not my fault. I did the right thing. I
Okay.
slept in my car and
they still
because I
showed
couldn't
up.
get a ride or anything, the car wasn't on. I got it all dropped, but I had to go through a whole like 2-year
Okay.
process.
Save that for episode 73. That's good. We're gonna want to talk about that.
Yes.
Misa, what's the alcohol that you're fucking giving up forever? Mine's Jaeger, like I said.
I don't know if I could give it up forever because I took it earlier, which is tequila.
Yeah.
But
no.
I have to be careful with it, dude. Like,
Right.
the only one that I took, that's it.
Yeah.
Like after that, like, yo, goodbye.
We'll give you 4 more after this.
I
and
started
send your ass
I
home.
started
See what
talking like
happens.
Kapachi fucking language and like
You go home with your shirt off like that one time?
yeah, dude. Yeah, that was not good.
Wait, really? Yes. Misa went out home
73.
with his shirt off one time. That's episode 73. We'll
We got to
get into that
do a
later.
drunk
Okay.
episode.
Right. So question number 3, Misa, let me get some more music, please. Mr. Louis
Let's
here.
get it.
I got a few more for you. Could you survive a whole year without your cellular device.
Oh, not with the companies right now.
No. Okay. I appreciate the honesty.
I
don't think I could do it. How am I going to reach out to people?
I think I could, but I don't know if I would want to.
And then I can't see Wesley's beautiful face on my IG from time to time. Like
walking.
What is my life?
In the middle of the night.
Right. After a great night.
I know. I thought you were being sweet. No, I was. This went a whole different way.
And then Misa got involved.
Unless there was a nice little offer there, like Luis, I'll give you $1 million.
Right.
$1 million is not a lot of money nowadays.
It's really not, but you can do a lot with $1 million.
You could. Yeah,
you could get another 4 cars.
Yeah, trust me. I've got a few million. You can do some things with them. I know that firsthand.
Yeah, you could hire Tiger King. And
I hired Tiger King for $100.
Hey, there you go. I can do that a million more times.
Army of Tiger Kings.
All right. So question number 4. And this has a little like backstory to it. So Misa does this thing called Misa Eats where he'll live stream eating random shit that people like to eat together. For example, somebody like cottage cheese and like hot Cheetos or something.
Yeah. Somebody said also that I actually like was bananas and mustard.
Right. So what is the weirdest food combination?
I know, dude.
That you eat that you think is good? Like I love like hot sauce on popcorn, and like
that's not weird.
That's not weird, but like
They
some
sell
people
that.
will some
know
people
what I had
will
that
eat
was
like
really
peanut
good
butter
was-
with like cottage cheese.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we have it in hot dogs, but it was like just beans with ketchup.
Oh, beans like
Yeah, like just like a bowl of beans with some ketchup.
I could see that.
That's
working.
crazy.
It's almost like eating a fucking hot dog with beans.
Yeah. No way.
Yeah, it's like a chili
I gotta
dog
try
without
it.
the dog.
I gotta
It's
try it.
actually kind of decent though. Believe it or
No
not.
way.
Wesley, you got something on this?
The weirdest thing, probably because I'm a picky eater. As a kid, I used to be obsessed with marshmallow and jelly. Marshmallow and jelly sandwich. But it's basically just replacing the.
That
peanut butter
sounds
with
so
marshmallows.
white.
Yeah, that sounds
So I
white.
gotta say it's like
That sounds kind of fucking
Son,
good.
do you want to come and have a jelly and marshmallow sandwich?
But they need to put jelly on marshmallows. That stuff is.
I've never tried that. I want to
It's
try
another
that.
$1 million
That sounds
invention
good.
right there.
I think one thing that I was pretty fucking crazy that I actually kind of thought I liked. I'm saying thought that I
Oreo and
liked
cheese.
Oreo and cheese. Thanks to this guy.
That's what I
I
suggested.
literally like this. I was going live and then this guy's like, "Yo, Misa, you should put a slice of cheese inside an Oreo." That's exactly what I
it's
did.
dairy.
And holy fuck,
Dairy and dairy.
Yeah,
holy fuck. That's all I gotta say is
no, peanut butter and Oreos is fire. I don't know if you've ever tried that.
Peanut butter and Oreos.
Yeah.
They sell those.
That sounds kind of
Well,
good.
take a regular Oreo and dip it in a fat ass stack of peanut butter. Best shit you'll ever try. Trust me. All right, Misa, question number
drunk.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially drunk. I need a little bit more music for this last one. And I want to let this music ride a little bit.
Hey,
Let's go.
We got Mr. Louie Perez and he sells car cars. Yeah. Fuck Carol Baskin, she's a bitch. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
new car
Yeah.
today. Visit our boy Louie. Hey,
a little solo there.
remix
Damn,
right there.
that's a full album right there.
Question number 5. Mr. Louie, what is the first song you think of when you think about 90s music?
Ooh.
Mine is My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion.
Does it go on though?
It doesn't because it's sunk in the Titanic. And she should have let Jack on the door.
That anniversary
You
just
are.
happened. That anniversary just happened last week of the Titanic.
All right, so first song you think about. The other one, second for me, is Bop by Hanson. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Bop.
Bop, 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 bop. Okay, copyright. Cut it out, copyright. Okay,
All right.
guys, what's your 90s song?
90s song, dude. Wow, that's a good one right there.
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me.
This almost fell out of his chair. But it's gonna be May soon. Shut up.
Dude, it's crazy. I can't think of one right now.
You ain't got one?
It's just like when you think of the 90s, what's the first like 90s song?
Sugar Ray?
That's mine.
I was born probably like some Tupac. Or something.
Hey, there you go. Some fucking California
Yeah, some Tupac or some
knows
Biggie.
how to party. Okay, hell yeah.
Tupac for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Any Tupac song.
Wesley, what's your 90s song?
Every morning.
Every morning there's yeah, there you go. Wesley. It's a Sugar Ray song, bro. If you don't know it, I can't help you. You're missing out.
Yeah,
Fix
Sugar
your-
Ray's.
Yeah,
like,
fix your
is the
life.
90s.
Go YouTube it.
Yeah, for real.
Misa, what's your 90s song?
Mine's got to be Return of the Mac.
Return of the Mac.
Whoa, I know.
That's the
Oh yeah.
bro. That's a great song, dude.
Return of the Mac or what?
Return of the Mac. There it is.
You lied to me when I
Push your chair over. Push your chair over. It's not going to stop.
You lied.
He had more tequila.
Jesus Christ.
That's my
All right,
song
hell
right
yeah.
there, dude. I listen to that song at least like once or twice a week.
All right, guys. Those are 5
song
random
bumps, bro.
questions. That song does bump. A lot
Those
of
were
those
good
90s
questions.
songs bumps. But yeah, anyways, guys, those are 5 random questions.
Holy shit. An hour already?
We've already been on the second half, almost an hour. So let's start to wrap up the podcast here. What we're going to do now is go around the studio here and give our final thoughts on today's pod. Wesley, let's start with you. Final thoughts on today's pod?
Pretty good, even with all the white people jokes. It was great.
Oh,
I
man.
love being the punching bag, and I love you guys so much.
Thank you.
Just don't wash your hands, man. All that notes you took, don't wash your hands.
Yeah. You got a lot of notes on your hands
I
there.
have very clammy hands. They're gone.
All right, Misa, final thoughts on today's
Yes, man.
episode?
I gotta say, Louis, dude, your story is very inspirational, man. I could kind of relate to it in a lot of ways. But seeing you where you're at now, dude, I just want to say, man, I feel like it's just the beginning for you.
Yeah.
I want to wish you the most success.
Thanks, brother.
Hopefully you can hire me sometime soon.
Tomorrow.
There you go. Hey, and at the same time, dude, I gotta say, dude, that shirt, bro. Shout out to Disney, man. I'm gonna be shopping at
I got
Disney
this
from now on.
Disney.
For soul.
So, Wes, bro, always a good time having you here, man. And Chris, holy shit,
Another
good shit.
solid
Everybody
episode.
listening, guys, make sure look this guy up if you're looking for a car, and also make sure you guys stay safe and stay fresh.
Hell yeah. So with all that being said, Mr. Louie, give us your final thoughts on today's episode.
Oh man, I appreciate you guys having me here, Misa. You know, I've known you for quite some time. First time meeting you other guys, but man, you guys are super cool. Thank you for having me. Anything I can say is, man, with desire and will, anything is possible. As long as you really want it bad enough, you can have anything in this world.
Hell yeah. Give him a round of applause. Good shit. And a triple horn. That deserves a triple horn. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, real fast, Mr. Louie, tell everyone where they can find you guys, your dealership, yourself on social media.
Yep. So we got 3 locations in El Paso, one on Lee Trevino, 1791 Lee Trevino. We got another one at 6930 Alameda. And then our very first location, 7340 Alameda. You can find us at RightDriveAuto.com. You can look us up on Facebook at RightDrive, Instagram, RightDrive Auto. We're all over the place. Stay tuned for what's coming.
They got an app too, guys. Look it up. They got an app. Look it up.
RightDrive.
Put it right next to your tender, guys.
Hell yeah.
Or plenty of fish.
Good shit, man. Good shit. Good plug right there. Guys, go support the people that support the podcast. Go check them out. Right Drive, like you said, you can find it anywhere. Check out the dealerships. If you guys are in the market for a vehicle, hit up our boy Louie. You already know. So with all that being said, guys, final thoughts on today's podcast. Wes, thank you for stepping into the producer chair once again. We make fun of you a lot, but you're a very, very, very good producer for this podcast.
that's what we've had
You
so
forgot
far.
the word sexy as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, I liked you better with long hair.
And not with that sweater on
Just
either.
kidding. Misa, thanks again. Another dope episode. Mr. Louie, thank you for spending time with
thank
us.
you guys.
You have a open invitation to always come back on the podcast. whenever
Anytime you want, dude.
Let's do it. bro.
We can do this round 2 again. Shout out to my sister Amanda. Her birthday will be April 24th. This podcast will be out after that. But shout out to her for
Happy
always
birthday, Amanda.
supporting.
I got to tell Amanda something.
Right, tell her something.
Happy birthday to
That's copyright. That's copyright. That's copyright.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amanda. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
Happy birthday, Amanda.
to my older sister Amanda, one of our very best podcast supporters since day one. Shout out to you. And with all that being said, guys, episode number 72, Conversing with Chris and Misa the podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're up to 230 subscribers on YouTube. Let's get that closer to 300. I know you guys can make that happen.
300,000.
And Apple Podcasts rating and a review. With all that being said, guys, we are
Meow.